and seek guidance, please. Okay, and I'm going to read the mission statement: to provide, promote, or facilitate municipal services that meet community needs by preserving, supporting, and enhancing quality of life for all. The next, is there any additions or deletions to the agenda?
4.3 and community greenhouse. I looked at the request they had. That's like a $10,000 project. So they just listed like 3 things. We have a new volunteer. I'm going to pull that off. I was talking to him today, and we're going to rewrite it properly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a new volunteer.
So we're removing.
Yeah, just it's a new volunteer. Get something that helps us out.
Okay.
And we need to add a in-camera 6.1 personnel.
Is there anything else that anyone needs to add or delete?
Motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Is there a seconder? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. There are no delegations or presentations this evening. So the next is the minutes of March 26, 2024. Is there any errors or omissions?
I move approval of the minutes for March 26, 2024.
Is there a seconder?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. The CAO report, meeting reminders. We have on May the 7th, bylaw and policy, May the 14th, committee of the whole, and May the 28th, council. Everybody comfortable with those?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The next would be any action items from the previous meetings anyone wants to bring forward?
I'm good.
Everybody comfortable?
Yep.
Update on capital projects. And they're on the back of your paper here as well. Any questions, concerns? Okay. The next is the financial report for March 2024. Do you have any questions or concerns for Cora Lou? Lou, you're getting off easy. Okay, could I have a motion to accept the CAO report, please?
So moved.
Seconded.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. The next is our 2024, 2025 funding request from the bylaw and policy.
Move the council approve the 2024-25 funding request as agreed to with the conditions in the April 2nd, 2024 bylaw and policy minutes.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Any concerns? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. The next is one we have to do every year, and it's the CAO spending motion.
I move the council approve 1/4 of the operating budget from the 2023-24 fiscal year in the amount of $2,889,620,000 for the purpose of providing spending authority and business continuity for the first quarter of the current fiscal year beginning April 1st, 2024, and until a full operational budget is approved by council.
Is there a seconder?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried.
My computer died.
Oh, that's nice.
I use my phone.
The next is the Digby Municipal Services request, and there is two motions. And the first one is for the insurance that we will cover.
I move the council agree that the municipality of Digby will reimburse each Digby municipal fire department 50% of their insurance costs once they provide a copy of their invoice.
Is there a seconder?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. Do the fire, did you mention that at the fire service meeting?
We haven't had one. They're quarterly. We haven't had one lately. Unless I never got notification.
Okay, the fire chief said something about it, I thought there was a meeting last week. I must have misunderstood the fire chief.
Not necessarily. They don't seem to communicate well, so possible, but they don't meet 4 times a year, so I was expecting it until September, but.
Oh, okay.
I'll move that council agree that the municipality of Digby fire services review within the next 12 months.
And I'll second that.
And, any discussion? I know we discussed it. It's been done all over the other counties now, and several of the fire departments have requested us to look at that, so. All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. The next is from the Committee of the Whole recommendation, and this is for the, Bear River, Board of Trade Community Grant request for the parking lot of the amount of $3,500. And there's a,
I'll move that council approve the Bear River Board of Trade Community Grant request in the amount of $3,500.
is there a second?
Second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carried. Now the business items. The first one is from the Western Rent. And, what they're saying is that they, are moving forward the new composition to consist of 2 members of the Western Rent directors, 1 member of the liaison and oversight committee who is approved by the province, and 1 member of the liaison and oversight committee who is the elected official of the municipality or designate. How do you feel about this?
Everybody at the liaison was approved it, we just wanted to bring it out to, because we have to share with the councils. It was approved though at the meeting.
Oh, I thought they needed our approval.
Well, we were all agreeing at the
Oh,
meeting, but
okay.
then we said this now has to go out to councils for their approval, for you guys to take a look at it and see your thoughts on it. But I'm just letting you know at that meeting,
Everyone
They-
was for it.
was for it.
Okay. There.
Yeah, we'd be looking for a motion to accept the recommended new composition.
Yeah. So how do, the other councilors do?
I'm fine with it.
George?
I'm okay with it.
Okay, so could I have a motion then to accept the recommendation?
I motion to accept the recommendation to, change the format for the,
Western Rent.
for the Western Rent for Recruitment and Nomination Committee to 2 members of the Western Rent Board of Directors, 1 member of the Liaison and Oversight Committee, who is appointed by the province,
And 1 member.
and 1 member of the Liaison and Oversight Committee, who is elected official of the municipality or designate.
Is there a seconder? David? Okay. Yeah, I think if this is what the council will work better, we should be looking at it. It makes sense to me. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded? Motion carries.
Madam, how many other brands are still operating?
All of them, as far as I know. Valley Rent is running full steam. I get communications from them all the time. I'm told the other members of the
I hadn't heard much about it.
yeah, they used to meet once a year, and I don't even think they're meeting once a year, are they? All the rent.
All right. No, we meet, our liaison meets, quarterly.
Yeah, but I meant what they have done in the past, once a year, all the rents get together. And
Yeah, I haven't
usually
seen
how-
that, I know we have our AGM once a year, so. we haven't had it with other ones now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the last time they had one was pre-COVID, so maybe they have just stopped.
Yeah.
But it's nicer when they can all get together and, yeah, it really helps. We learn a lot of information. Okay, the next is the Digby Fire Department air compressor. All right, if you'd like to speak first.
Yep, so I have a few updates on this. So you guys wanted Jeff to reach out to Tom, answer some of your questions last time. So he did do that, so I have the email response from Tom. So according to Tom, the Digby Neck, Plimpton, Brighton Barton, Smith Cove, and sometimes Weymouth fire departments bring their bottles to the Digby Hall to have it filled. So those would be the 5 that use it. He did say the island fire departments as required as well. And then he added Digby Fire has a cascade system on their rescue truck, which is filled by the hall compressor, and that they are the only department in the whole municipality that supplies air to the departments on the scene of a fire. So they're heavily relied on for mobile air. So that's the use. There's no charge to the fire departments to use it. And then he said once in a blue moon, a diver might want a tank filled, but that's very rare. There's no charge. It would be, $5 to $10 a bottle, but again, very rare for that to happen.
David.
All the fire departments have critical gear needs, and there's some of them quite significant in the municipality. On the islands, they have their own compressor that they bought before in Westport, and they allowed Digby to use it for free. They did it out of their own area rate and fundraising. I'm not saying I'm 100% against this. I was talking with Tyler there. Tyler made the point that if we are, maybe not just my immediate feeling is to say no. All right, because it's a one-off. Will we have to buy a compressor, reimburse the islands for their compressor? Tiverton doesn't even have a generator that's in good working order. You know what I mean? There's many of these things. So if we are going to look into doing tens of thousands of dollars on one-off things, for example, for the Digby, which we do.
But remember that's for 5 fire departments plus the air is for every fire department.
I would suggest that we consider doing some sort of framework for these shared resources, like some sort of policy.
That's why we're doing the review.
Yeah, and maybe this was the sort of thing that can be kicked into the review, because if there is, these big purchase items, which, and then how do we decide which one gets what? You know what I mean? Like the Westport, they help Tiverton into, right? Like there is these things that there is stuff that we have done before, for example, the phone, right?
That's for all departments.
So maybe that's for all departments. So maybe something within that capacity, but as right now, I think it'd be not prudent it doesn't fit into our policies. We don't really give one-off large amounts. I've never really seen it with the fire departments. So I'd like to, I'm opposed to giving them money.
Okay.
I'm opposed to giving them money. Yeah. Right now, under these circumstances, we have to give money to all the fire departments, and there's a lot of fire departments that are really struggling.
They're all getting money, but the point was, if they give air to all the departments that are on scene for all, their compressor is not working. So they're asking us for half. My concern is, and again, this is just me, I want to hear from the rest of the council, if we don't have air on the scenes and something happens, that's pretty scary. We do give the oxygen to 5 other departments. It's not, to me, a one-off, but I mean, you know what, we all see things differently, and we should respect, and I do respect what you're saying, David, but I'd like to hear from others and hear what they're thinking and saying, and, okay, Matthew.
Yeah, I respect some of your comments, Councilor Tudor. It's just, there is a lot of, since coming out of COVID, fire departments are having issues. I mean, we see the price of diesel going up every day. Price of fixing these older trucks are getting worse. Insurances. We got to give it to our fire departments. I mean, they're volunteer. I mean, house is burning. I wouldn't want them landing there with no oxygen. So I gotta support this to help the town fulfill this 50%, because they're giving out to other fire departments. Tiverton, if something happens to theirs, that they're allowed to come ask the Digby Fire Department, they'll get used, they'll be able to have access to it
You
too.
think that I could get the fire departments in the islands, because we don't have a
Well, I
very
think
large
given-
amount. Do you think we could get the money for our compressor?
Well,
Sorry,
I think given the
not paid for
opportunity
long
that we
ago,
just
David.
made two motions that we are looking into the fire
Review.
department,
I
the
thought we
review,
should too. We
then
don't
I
make
think
second.
all this could, go into that, so, but for now, I'd like to be able to fulfill this request. I make a motion to pay.
Well, no, I'd like to hear
Oh,
from everybody
yes,
first,
go
if you
ahead.
don't mind.
Sorry.
George, how do you feel?
I don't think it's unfair that we, supply compressor air to Digby and not the island. I mean,
Well, in the
no, but they've got one
here in
there.
general.
It's already got it, yeah.
It's centrally located, like it serves 5 other departments. If Weymouth needs air, they've got all the way to the islands, it's a little inconvenient. And the islands have already gone ahead and done that, which is great.
Yeah, we didn't know, and I don't think any of the other smaller departments knew that that was the option to get
And that's
thousands
great
of
that you-
dollars outside of the normal
It's great that
policies.
you guys can have that down there and, close proximity to everything.
I just have a hard time understanding how the islands.
David, we're gonna, I don't want rebuttals, I want to just hear everybody.
Well, they are
make
gonna
their thing.
provide half, I mean. It's always nice to have a little bit technical. So I would support it.
What about you, Angela, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I agree with, everyone else. I think it's important, and I think Digby Fire Department is important as well as the islands and Bear River. I mean, they are one of our main fire departments, and like George said, centrally located. Everyone's benefiting from it.
We're gonna be opening the floodgates for all the other fire departments on this.
Well, no, because they all can't get compressors.
Well,
No.
They might be able to
Remember,
say,
Digby
this-
provides
they all have
supply.
critical materials that they need in there.
And
that's
in the
where you
review, it will be looked at, that's coming up.
go. That's what is perfect.
But
for
this can't wait for a review. The review is 12 months.
I mean, $50,000, it seems like it's the Rolls Royce of air compressors.
How much was it?
It's $48,000,
And isn't it half for us?
and they're asking us for half, which would be $24,000.
24,000, yeah. It's a lot different from what you just said.
No,
24,000.
No, it's,
No, but it's the same with the phone that we have. It's
Yeah.
provided, it's a little expensive to have each department have their own phones.
It's
They
all,
do.
yeah, but it's
they
distributed.
do have their own
Digby.
phone.
No, but it's a central area
Yeah.
where it's distributed.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay, now, you can make a motion, anybody?
I make a motion to, give, 24,000 to the, Digby Fire Department for
Does
the,
it, just a minute, does it go to the Digby Fire Department, or does it go to the town?
for the town.
It's to the town.
To the town, not
Can we flip to that, Tyler, please, because my computer's down and I can't see any of the package. It wasn't on there?
No,
Oh,
there's
sorry.
no, sorry.
Okay.
It's just, yeah, if to the town for, you're gonna put, it's for,
Okay, for.
after the air compressor.
No amount,
I would say half and say either up to or give the actual.
Yeah.
amount.
Okay, yeah, so then I make a motion to give half to the town of Digby for the oxygen
Compressor,
compressor.
up to, yeah.
To-
Okay. So are you seconding that, Angela?
Yes, I'll second.
Okay. Now the motion has been made, do you wanna add anything else?
I just think that this should be done within a larger framework of policy, and it opens this up to 9 different fire departments, all worse funded than Digby, who all have equally incredibly impactful equipment that they need. I think that if we were gonna be dealing with this, we should have dealt with it as a policy, not one-off.
But we don't have a
Now we
policy
have
on that.
one-offs to look forward to.
But we still don't have a policy. This is the first time it's ever happened, that the town has come to us to help with this department.
I thought we had, area rates and we can't get this amount, and I thought that
Yeah,
all those things had all
they
been
don't,
negotiated and discussed over a
No,
period of time.
area rates, yes, they can have an area rate. And and our rates are all different in all the departments. Most of them are.
I will remind people that, that Tiffany doesn't even have a building, and if we're looking at tens of thousands of dollars, and it depends on people's lives, why isn't that get figured in?
Well, you know what, then in the review, they will look at it. You never know.
Well,
Maybe
we'll
there'll
ask
be,
the board review.
maybe there'll be amalgamations, who knows?
Probably wasn't, that's what should happen.
I have no idea what the review will be. But they've been asking for us to look, and like I said, they're doing reviews all around to try to make things better for the department.
It's not like we're not giving them hundreds of thousands of dollars with this review, because number one is gonna cost a huge amount of money, and we're giving them half their insurance. So we're giving them thousands and thousands and thousands. I don't see why this one odd piece has to happen, that's all.
So now I will ask, all in favor? Aye. Contrary minded?
Nay.
Thank you. Do you want your name recorded?
I don't care. Everyone knows.
Yeah, but do you want it recorded, yes or no?
I don't care. Yes, no.
Okay.
Whatever you want.
Okay, the next is the e-voting service provider. No.
I make a motion to approve signing the contract with IntelliVote to provide e-voting services for the 2024 municipal election.
With the price quote of approximately,
The approximate price of $20,000.
So it was only the two companies that provided it? It was only the two.
Well, there's only one.
Yeah.
Only one,
Yeah,
one
yeah,
receivership. Just don't know.
Do you know how much?
We're not allowed that competition.
Like, I mean, I was just surprised that it was a little higher. I didn't know what to expect, I didn't know how much it cost. But do you know what
I
it was?
don't know what that is in comparison, but I do know that some of that can get cost shared by the school board, different school boards.
Oh, okay.
So that's why you don't see as much in our financial statements as big as that.
Yeah.
We get a little bit like that for all of these. We can check into it though, if you want to know. Do it like last time.
okay, is there a second or the motion?
I'll second that.
Any further discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Contrary minded, motion carries. Under correspondence, we received a thank you letter from the Digby Legion. Briar Island designation request and response. First,
So they're still discussing it, eh?
oh, yeah. And the next is the Minister of Fisheries.
Takes a while to work this way.
Oceans and Coast Guard letter
Everything
on
can happen
response.
quickly and efficiently.
They're very efficient.
Keeps the bridge.
Yeah, politics is only made this. That's what I'm telling people, the best part about the Coast Guard is only one solution, politics.
Any comments on any, or any questions or concerns? No. Okay, we will now go to the advisory committee minutes report. The PHC minutes of November the 29th. Does anyone have any questions or concerns on those minutes? That he did, all right, the next is December 6th, 2023 Marketing and Levy Advisory Committee package.
That looked like a ton of fun.
It was. And then the February 28th, 24 Marketing and Promotions Levy Committee package. Again, any questions for either of those?
Oh, geez, what a, ugh, that package was a nasty looking package reading through it. And it's like, oh man.
It's always nice when you're there. Now, the next is we have nothing under other council committees, so we go to the joint intermunicipal committees. DART, meeting package of February 2024. Any questions or concerns? Western Counties Regional Library Board minutes, December the 7th of 2023. Mr. information, Stephen? 2023. All right, the next is the COTW board minutes of January 31st, 2024. The Southwest Nova Biosphere Reserve Association meeting of March 26th, 24. The 2BT board report, March 2024, which is the $1 billion tree initiative. Okay, and then the interim IMFA pilot project consolidated meeting package, final from April 17th, 2024.
Very close to releasing the People's Transit report, or?
Actually, that is where our CAO is right now. They're having a meeting with the CAOs.
Are they gonna do a project manager first and release, or do both at the same time, or?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I really don't know.
Don't know the depth of that.
Yeah. I assume that they want the CAOs to look at it. There's some skeptics are there, or maybe it's all roses.
Yeah.
Looks like boards, committee minutes, and reports, there's nothing. So we will go into the councilor district activity reports. Let's start with David.
A lot of grading road issues, like, why is my road not graded? Turned out it was a bell wire. Matthew, it was a bell wire. It was hanging down so they couldn't bring the grade. I'm just joking, I'm not blaming you, man.
Sure.
Working on a big plan with Tony for Westport for the provincial portion of the roads. He agrees, it's in pretty bad shape, and he also, we're gonna try to do what we can to convince the higher ups that the Friar Island actually is very busy. It's loaded down with the hundreds of people during the summer, it's kind of, comparable to Peggy's Cove type thing, and so, he was thinking there's definitely, and also, as we've been putting in the year after year, like 10 years of complaining about the size of the road, and they put the gravel in, big rainstorm happens, wash out, people have fallen and breaking their legs, and it's every year, so now they're talking extend the cement right over, so be like sort of almost like a sidewalk in ways, so, but of course, all that'll be expensive, and we'll have to do it, after tourism season, like, October, November, or December, something like that. Taking people to the nurse, I just want the mental health stuff, and just the nurse in general. I have that monthly health call with all the bunch of managers, and I just gotta tell you, every politician has to find a way to have a monthly meeting with the managers of the health board, because I know we have 3 different mental health professionals visiting the island: children, young adults, older folks, something like that. I can't remember the exact differences. And we have lab services, diabetes clinic, and previously we were just totally forgotten. And now every single thing that happens, these managers go, "Oh, geez, I got to talk to the Islanders," and because it's all managers, they make commitments. You get commitments out of them, and then the other managers are there to hear them make the commitment, and then the commitments get fulfilled. And it's just so good. Getting people's taxes done. Lab dates are not up on the website for when they're having lab on the island. That's monthly phone call. All that. Disability tax credit. Getting a fellow that. That's pretty complicated, actually. Of course, if you're disabled, what you need is incredibly difficult forms to fill out that are not at all intuitive. That seems to be something the government all can agree on. Let's make it complicated for the disabled people. Getting kids into camp, JCP, same as I do every year. I go around, make sure all the various kids who might not otherwise go to camp, hit them up. And local people pay for it. JCP has a little bit of money. DARC has cash. There's a complicated, difficult to figure out thing called Jumpstart. I don't know, maybe it's a little simpler now, but I had so many people try to figure it out and get you spend an hour on it and then be told no.
Well, if you started active living, you can jumpstart 5:30.
Yeah, I don't even bother.
They can
with
get
stuff.
help if you want.
Yeah, you're completely correct. Getting calls from CBC, school overcrowding in Digby County. That's you guys up here, not me down there. We have a different school issue. It's falling apart. Over full.
Is that the last member of public comment?
I had a couple of fellows promise me a new school, but now, well, we'll see. But I moved on, and we got a commitment from Jared Purdy, head of the school board, to me and Jill Balser. So that was sort of I was very careful to get that too. And it reminds me, time to send him a letter saying how excited I am about how he's doing that, just to remind him. CBDC, referring people to CBDC. Got called to help with the fall. No key at the manor. So I wrote housing, and they sent me a key. So yeah, I can get in there. 3 o'clock in the morning, gotta get somebody, and I'm like, it's like great. All you octogenarians, David Tudor's waking me up 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh well, they're used to me. Odessa Taylor, we got a new lady coming down who's been helping out with young people in lots of energy, and she's quite impressive. She's from Middleton, and she was hired by Erica Ralston's group there, hired by them to hang out with people in Digby, I guess, younger folks, and help them out and assist them, young adults. Garbage help, garbage issues, change over the mags. And I've been doing a ton in the garden. The community garden was sort of falling apart, but I organized it all up over the winter. Had my crazy plan, and I convinced everybody to go along with it, and it seems to be going quite good. So everybody's going to have all the free vegetables as they want, and herbs and whatnot. All the old folks is getting stuff. It's all coming together wonderfully. We got chicken. Everybody got chickens down there. You guys have chickens. Yeah, wait a minute. Garbage issues, spoke to the fire department, the village commissioners, and the Legion about different stuff involving how they can find land.
Thank you. George?
Starting off, the roads are being graded, so everybody's happy now that things are looking good. School advisory invited me to their last meeting, so last week we had to do a school advisory at the elementary school in London.
Did they try to trap you on the thing? They got me trapped for 10 years. I'm one of those.
No, not 10 years. This is about 1 ago. They haven't signed me any duty check. Board of Trade meeting in Weymouth, they've started up to another Board of Trade. The other one, they kind of fizzled out. So, maybe Dorothy does trying to get a Board of Trade. Weymouth and area, because there's not many businesses just in Weymouth anymore. So, they're going to do the Weymouth and area Board of Trade thing. Last Sunday, I helped the cancer group back. I don't know where it was, back in Woodson, or where was it?
Fort Lake.
Fort Lake. Barbecuing for all the four-wheelers that came by. And I think they raised a total with the registration of $7,000.
Oh, wow. Up the trails?
No, for cancer.
Oh, that one that I occasionally use.
Yeah.
That's good.
Gas tickets, gas.
Yep, that is so helpful.
And then my regular just committee meetings.
Busy too.
Angela?
I attended the June Dickey bench dedication at the hospital, on behalf of Gordon. I met with the president of the Bureau of Board of Trade to discuss some of the issues with the sidewalk or paved shoulder going up Lansdowne Road, and they're regrouping, so we had a lot of conversations about different projects. I went to the Bridge annual meeting. They are the ones that look after the building at Merlin Road, it's in the VIC, the department there, very small group, but they seem to get lots done. I attended the Bear River Health Clinic fundraiser at the Bear River Legion last week, and I attended the Bear River Fire Department Awards dinner last week. I attended a Tri-County Housing Network session online. They meet every month, and it's Shelburne, Yarmouth, and Digby, and they had a guest speaker who's head of the new Nova Scotia Housing Group. I also met with the Digby Housing Coalition, had a meeting with her just to get updated
How
on
are they
the
doing?
project. Good. They've got that new common now, and they're really helping to move forward, so it's exciting. I attended a meeting this afternoon of Bear River Water Project. I wanted to know so that when the roads are all torn up and they call me, then I know when, how long it's going to take, where the pipes are going, and so it's a good project. They've been waiting for a long time, and that's to start in the spring and hopefully be done in the fall. I did have a webinar with the Community Economic Development Fund, which is a fund now that's open to municipalities. It's through the province, and it's anywhere from $50,000 to $3 million, but it needs to focus on economic development, and it can't be municipal infrastructure.
That's interesting.
Yeah, apparently one of the projects was the New Dawn. They purchased the convent in Sydney, and they changed it over to an artist co-op or something for artists, local artists. And there's a project in Wolfville going on. It's only the second. They've only had it out once, and it's coming out 4 times a year, I think, that you can apply for it. But anyway, it was some interesting questions, from different areas. I know they talked about a water project on Halls Harbor, and it was similar to the Hillsborough Water Society, so I was listening to that, and they said that was, anyway, they said they didn't fund stuff like that, but at the same time, the Department of Heritage and Culture was on the same webinar, and they came in and said that they do. They fund infrastructure for water, because they said technically it was economic development, because in Howells Harbor,
Heritage does?
that's what she said. And they were talking about Halls Harbor, the restaurant, and they said that, because at first he said it wouldn't benefit economic development, and she said yes it would, because there's a restaurant there, and it's the fishermen that's affected by it anyway, so.
They did the water system, Halls Harbor, is that right? I'm thinking about 5-6 years ago, and they got money from, okay, I wonder if it's the same people.
I'm not sure, but
In Halls Harbor,
They're out in the house.
they just said they're having issues with the water because of
Yeah.
climate change.
yeah,
And
they haven't got anything yet. Their concern is
Lane River, I'm thinking of.
that the wells have been going dry up there, and since up the valley, their water table, ours is low, but theirs seems to be getting lower.
With all these people moving here.
I don't know about that, but I just,
Agriculture
they're
too,
saying a
valley.
lot of it is climate change, of course, but there's a huge concern in Halls Harbor about the water.
Westport's not that bad.
Anyway, it was an interesting session, and I passed along some of the contact information to some of the other groups, Board of Trades,
And Hillsborough.
yes. And that's it.
Thank you. Matthew?
I got together with the business and public works to talk about a solution to the peeling road signs in the area. I went on the Digby ATV cancer run at the Digby Fishing Game. I heard back that there was over 200 bikes and over 300 people registered for the event, and believe they raised close to 8,500 I heard for it.
Okay.
And
You may have
between
had
7 and 8,500. Good rally, really good. I had the opportunity to MC the Digby Volunteer Awards put on by Digby Area Recreation. There were 32 volunteers awarded this year, and Tiffany Fry from the municipality and Randy Harris from the town of Digby were chosen this year to represent us at the provincial awards in Truro. I attended the volunteer fair the next day at the curling club, and later that afternoon I was asked to read for the warden at June Dickey's Memorial, in which the Digby Auxiliary placed a beautiful red bench beside the front entrance of the Digby Hospital. And Sunday I went to the benefit for Tiffany Turnbull at the Digby Fire Hall. It was nice to see a lot of people attended from the community. I also answered many email questions in regard to taxes, building permits, internet access, black bags being dumped on the side of the road,
Yep.
and road conditions.
We're all getting that one.
Been busy.
Black bags. Yeah, you're right.
All right, thank you. For me, I have been, I attended the West Nova Chamber of Commerce where I swore in the new executives. Swore in. We're getting ready for the waste check AGM, and as a part of the nomination committee, we've been busy with that. And I went to the women's conference, and that's why I wasn't available for those two things. And I will say it was interesting. I sort of had my nose turned up that it was not going to be a thing I'd like. And then when they told me that we had to do some crafty things and talk for an hour and a half, I was going, I'm going to shoot somebody, this is not my thing. So anyway, I went over and first thing I went to is how to make a button. And they wanted us to come up with something different, so I put on an empowered woman, and they laughed and put Linda on it. And we were talking, and what was different, which I didn't expect, was when you were thinking, why do you think that? Why do you think you can be empowered? And I said, because I feel it's important to be part of the community, And then I was hearing what other people thought. So then I went to paint a rock. And I said, I don't want to paint a rock. And I said, yes, you can paint a rock. So I put, this is my painted rock. 2024, the most perfect grandson in the world, Linda. And they went, different? And I used different colors on every line. So again, but we got talking, and people were making, like, one made rainbows. And she was explaining how she felt the world is a rainbow, and for the different nationalities, for the different communities. And it was, again, good. There was coloring, and I said to them, I'm not coloring. I hate coloring with a passion. That's not my thing. So then I went over to make a bracelet. Well, that was like life is ending, but I finally got the bracelet made. They went to tie it and broke it. And I looked at it and I said, okay, I don't need a bracelet. So they redid the bracelet. But when I was listening, and when we were listening to the MLA from Dartmouth, who is NDP, and she talked about, she's a black woman, so she's a minority, well educated, but explaining how sometimes she feels she's thought of, first of all, being a female, sometimes of her color. Excellent. She spoke for an hour and a half, and she was going over everything. It was so interesting. And at the end of the day, like we had other speakers saying, it was a fantastic conference. But I was dragging my heels. I didn't want to go. I was picked to go, and I was trying to think of all the reasons why I shouldn't go. And, it was, it's not my thing. I don't need this. But I'm glad I attended. I also went to the Bear Clinic Health Clinic fundraiser, which we had a nice meal and talked to people. I also went to the Bear River Fire Department Awards dinner where we gave out certificates. The Tiffany Turnbull, that was one of the fundraisers I went to. It seemed to me I was to a lot of fundraisers this month, but Tiffany's raised over $10,000. Another lady I went to, they raised over $4,000 for her to get a breathing machine. She needed an oxygen tank compressor, and they raised enough money that they could get it for her. I have also been dealing with concerns from residents and going out and going to their homes, or I've been emailing one lady, has been having trouble, getting at a desk and just getting the run around. And so I went over with her what she can do and that type of thing. And of course, thank God for David helping me out with food.
Friday, 3 boxes.
See, he knows I'm hungry at night. I will tell you, I really appreciate, because these people will not ask.
Yeah,
They're very proud, they're very, and I just say, you know, it's from the island.
I always
they have
think,
extra.
it's your tax dollars, hold on to your hat and get something for your taxes. I don't get any tax dollars.
Again,
Tricks them though, they'll take the food.
it's very helpful, to help out people and keep their pride. That's really, really helpful, because people don't want charity. And, like I said, I've come up with many reasons why I'm dropping stuff off. But, you know, if this is extras or whatever. The other concern that I've been having is, coming from, various roads that need, grading. And I actually talked with, Mr. Harvey, because he was telling me they're starting from the island and working their way up this year. So I was able to let people know it's going to be done.
They were down out my way doing it.
Yeah, I mean, but it's some of the roads.
Oh, yeah,
It's the early breakup, and you know,
The highways
and
back
the
there.
trucks and the whole 9 yards on those.
That's a pro solid.
So. And as I wanted to say, I had to attend in my community for Celebrations of Life for middles. And, yeah, it's been rough. How many people are passing in my area? So, again, I want to say it's been heavy and hard. Now, on saying that, we are going to be going into camera for personnel, but I am going to ask the community if there's anything they want to ask on the agenda for tonight. Go ahead, Cheryl.
I was interested in what you were saying, Angela, about that, you were online with the conference.
The Economic Development Fund?
Yeah. Was that just for, was it all NGOs and government, or was it just government?
No, I think, I don't know how the word got out, but we have a woman who's hired for the NSFM, and her name is Lucy McLeod, and that's what she does. She finds funding, and she's actually one of the ones that put it together. But I don't know how, there was a lot of different people on that.
That's really interesting
It's usually, the way she sends it out is through the NSFM.
Yeah.
And it's for municipal government. And sometimes municipal government, you know, the other people are there, I don't know how to get there, but that's how we are.
Because I know Nova Scotia, you know, Heritage and Culture were also on the webinar as well. So I don't know how to distribute it, but I tuned into it. I was at work, and I just said, I can just turn it on and listen. I don't have to interact. So I had it going, and I found it very interesting.
Is it possible for you to send on to me the contact for
Yeah.
that, for the state? And I'd just be interested in
Yeah, I can do that.
that. Thank you.
Anything else? Yes?
The signs came up from Matthew.
Yeah,
What happened with it, Matthew?
I just met with a business and TIR, but we got them together, so I don't know what's going to come out of it yet. So it's just
And
a conversation.
And TIR is on top of the phone.
Oh, yeah.
They know
Yeah,
that
they're on
they're
it.
needed.
Yeah, I've been playing about it for years. Was it something to do with the
Making connections.
To make sure it's going to work.
Probably the same people used on the license plate.
Maybe. Got a deal. I'm saying that I would like to take a 5-minute recess, and then we will go into camera. And thank you for coming.